go to the next one. Let's go to the big guys. This is pretty
Ooh, speaking of
interesting.
KOs, this is a guaranteed KO, I think.
Yeah, I think this is like a question. Is it gonna go to the second round at all?
All right.
If you go to Sergei Pavlovich, I think he had all first round finishes and like few decisions and one loss against over him in his UFC debut. And I think this is the biggest fight for him if we don't look that one, his first fight that he had against over him.
Yeah.
He have now some experience in UFC, not too much. Like totally, he spent like after Overeem fight like 7 minutes in the cage.
No way.
His last one was 4 minutes, and before that it was like a 1 minute and 2 minutes. So maybe now we're gonna have five. Maybe he's gonna enter the second round.
I'll give Derrick Lewis that much credit. I think he'll get to the second round, but I don't think this goes all three.
Yeah, interesting. Like Derrick Lewis, like he fought 2 times for a championship. Like the most finishes, the 13 KOs in UFC. Like that's crazy. Like we have basically like two guys that they're like finishing monsters. Actually, I wanted to talk about Lewis' last fight and loss from Tuivasa. I think he looked pretty amazing in that fight, until that finish. Like think about like he went for a few take not only went, he got a few takedowns. Like he's becoming like a legit mixed martial artist.
Yeah,
And to get that unfortunate loss, I think he was even like he almost finished the fight, and then Taiwasa like just like he can take I think baseball bat in the head, and he managed to catch him with that elbow and a couple punches before that, and unfortunately that was the end of the
well,
night for
yeah,
Derrick.
I want to say he landed a few before the elbow that kind of like
Yeah, yeah, it was few, and then elbow finish it down, and I think it put like Lewis like face first to the mat, like what was crazy.
yeah, that's interesting. Now that you remind me, it was the elbow that started it all off. Because with Pavlovich, like as good as he is with the like he's finishing everyone he fights almost, he really only throws hands. He's very boxing heavy. No
Yeah,
kicks, not really elbows. He doesn't grapple. But I mean he gets the job done with his hands.
yeah, but I think this is gonna be big test for him. Like honestly, like I'm surprised that he's like slight favorite with -125. And Derek Lewis underdog with +105. I really don't know how. Maybe just judging by the last fight, but I honestly think like Derek Lewis will get this one.
Mm.
What else? KO, like
Yeah, it's gotta be
the
King.
submission for sure. Either of them. But I think the sure bet is like it's gonna be done before 3 rounds. Like just
Absolutely.
maybe even first round. I'm aiming for the second one. It's better odds, so I think maybe it's time to Sergey like get to the second round.
I mean, I think experience is a huge factor, and Derek Lewis, like he's fought for the title, he's been in a bunch of main events. But I mean, I like Pavlovich in this fight. Interesting. His training partner, Volkov, Alexander Volkov, fought Derek Lewis. He was winning all of that fight,
Yeah,
and the last 10 seconds, Lewis pulls it off. He just knocks him out.
yeah, that was a crazy fight. That was a
Yeah.
crazy fight.
And but like most of the time, I would say like that experience, having your trading partner be in there with them would be a big help. But Sergey fights so different than Volkov.
Yeah.
They're completely different fighters, different body types. So how much will that help? I don't know if it'll help that much. And still, I'm picking Pavlovich to win by KO. I think maybe maybe I'm seeing the same thing that the odds makers are seeing in that, Derrick Lewis, he goes big, gets a KO, or he gets KO'd. And I think this is just gonna be, he's going in that trajectory where he's gonna get KO'd in this fight.
Yeah, I mean, he can maybe apply some of the tactics. He have a 5-inch reach advantage. That's gonna maybe help him in this fight to keep him a little bit outside until he decides to go in with his power punches.
Mm.
But like for me, honestly, I think if we get like depends how the last match is gonna influence him. It's gonna put a fire under him and make him to go, or he will just go like to like it's. But that's gonna be the biggest factor for me. But like I can see Derrick Lewis winning this one. So after so many, like we were on the good streak, like getting the same guys. Now we're going back to the.
Now we're opposites right now, but
Yep.
it is hard to go against Derek Lewis because even if he's losing a fight, he wins a fight. Like he just has that power. He's got that mental strength and fortitude to just stay in it long enough to land that punch.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think actually, Sergey being just predominantly a boxer will kind of help him in a way because we've seen some guys like Curtis Blades who will try to mix it up too much and go for a takedown, change levels, boom, gets knocked out with an uppercut. We'll see guys like Volkov, throw kicks and then get caught when he's on one leg, things like that. And I think maybe just using your hands is maybe a good strategy for Pavlovich, who already does that.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you. But let's see. Let's see what's gonna be. Few more days until we find out.